Hi guys, Sarah the Northwoods Stitcher here. I am a little frazzled right now because I have some wonderful news. We have adopted a little baby boy kitten and we got him yesterday. We weren't actually thinking we could bring him home yesterday. We went to look, so we didn't even bring a carrier, but they let us have him. He is 2 months and 23 days old. His name is Stuart, and I'll put up some pictures. He's absolutely precious, but he's just, I think, 2 pounds. He's very, very tiny because he's such a baby. They originally had his name as Cake Pop, which doesn't work because we're not 5-year-olds. So his full name is Stuart Little, and then our last name. So he's absolutely lovely. Seems to be very social. We are keeping him at a distance from our dog, so they're doing a baby gate introduction today. And last night we kept Stuart in the massive dog crate, so he had everything in there. He had a little place to hide, he had his food and water, and then another corner he had a tiny little poop litter box. So things are going well, and we're really excited about it. He's just a lovely addition. We're hopeful that she will bond and he will bond with her, because Abby needs to be a nanny dog and she loves kitties. So we're very hopeful that this works. I don't want to do a kitten. I really wanted an older cat. I love older cats. We've always adopted older cats. So hopefully the house won't get trashed. We'll see. I have much to show today. I got a lot of things at the dump recently. I'm going to try to put up some more photos of things that I found. I've been a couple of times to the dump, so I have like way too much stuff to even try to remember. I did go and find 2 wrought iron planters. I'll try to put a picture here. I have yet to clean them up and to get them ready for some flowers on our front steps. Those were a great find because it's a really heavy metal base, and then that rattan type of weave, basket weave through there. I'm really thrilled with those. I found a chart, and I think it's called The Seasons. It's made for a quilt, but I like this shape. They also made this into a kit. It's a dimensions. I have since gone and changed the codes, because it's a dimensions code that you can get the conversion on cyberstitchers.com. So now I have all the DMCs and I can actually do that. I'll try to show the finished picture of what it's going to actually look like when I do decide to stitch it. But I've been doing a lot of kitting up of things lately, so I don't think this will be anytime soon. It'll be in the wings. I found some stickers. These are actually made for the computer, you know, the Avery stickers. Look how many. I use these for labeling things. I use them for my yard sales, but absolutely gorgeous, brand new, not in a box stickers, very useful. I got also a giant like deck brush and a squeegee, and these were carefully zip tied together. Very clean, just a bit cobwebby. It looked like they'd been sitting in somebody's garage or basement. My husband's thrilled with those because we can use them for windows and deck cleaning. So he's like, yeah, I'm happy. Can't find out how much those were. What else did I find? I found a bag of mulch. Don't know why, which would be great for my planters. I found 5 brand new mason jars, not to sneeze at. And that was about it at that dump trip. My last dump trip, I found a tiny little Easter bowl that's made for jelly beans. I'm going to put some spring colored buttons in it and use it in my Easter display. I'll try to put a picture of that in here. And that was at the dump. What else did I find? Oh, I found a package of 14 count Aida cloth. Very clean in its package. I was thrilled with that because you can never go wrong with having some of that around for ornaments and things. What else? Oh, 2 spools of ribbon. And then the biggest thing, I found a puzzle board. Those of you that do puzzles have possibly lusted after these giant boards that you can get that you can actually do the puzzle on, move it around when you need to, because if you take over your dining room table is occupied until the puzzle's done. This actually has a cover on it. That's why it's a little foggy in this picture. It's an acrylic cover that goes over your puzzle. So that's great for kitty paws. Not that we're going to allow Stuart on tables. And then it has drawers on the side, very thin, narrow drawers to hold your pieces. So that was a very exciting find. I'm going to use that probably up at our camp because I do love to do puzzles, particularly in colder months. And I don't always get them done right away, and sometimes I leave them there. So that was a huge find. I've got some finishes today. I've got one that's partially finished. I picked up a mat for the one that I finished that was my father's partial start. Live Life in the Moment, I think that one was called. So I'll be showing that next time after I clean up the frame today and get that washed up and put together. So I went and got the mat cut for it. I had that done at Michael's, and then brought home the mat when we brought home Stuart. So I will get that organized. What else? Oh, I wanted to also show you another thing I got at the trip to Germany. They have dollar stores there, and they're called Euro Store. So at the Euro Store, it's pretty much the same type of stuff that you can get at our dollar stores. And everything in there is €1 or more. So it's more like a family dollar, but it's an even number. So it's €2, €1, €3, etc. I got silicone thimbles there, 3 for $2. I don't know what I was thinking. I probably should have gotten a couple of packages. I've not seen them for $2 before. So this is great. There's 3 different sizes. They fit wherever I seem to put them. So I'm really excited about that. I might actually put that on my list for next time I'm over there, things to pick up, because I haven't found them for such a low price before. It looks like they're little flowers imprinted on them. So that was a fun find on my travels. Also, what else? Oh, I think I showed you last time I had a little blue metal pot that came from a dollar store. I picked it up at an estate sale. It was probably $1. I was playing with it to try to figure out what to do with it. And I have these transfers. So I've added some transfers to the outside of this little metal bucket. I think it's really cute. So I feel like it's a little more decorated. I will probably use it for some sprigs or something, or maybe I'll keep it up here. I don't ever have any luck with transfers, so this is like my first time playing with them. So hopefully I will get more confident and use them more often. I have a finish to show. You guys might remember I did a beaded strawberry that's a Reolus kit, and I have fully finished it. I don't know if you can really see the dimension of the beads. Maybe you can this way. But I just love how that came out. This was not a fun cross stitch to do, or stitch to do. It's cross stitched on the leaves with some back stitching, and this is 100% beadwork. It was very difficult to get the beads to lay right, and it just didn't cooperate. So I really love how this came out. This was a raw wood frame that I bought probably at AC Moore when they were disappearing, and it was badly pieced, I would say. So I wasn't too happy with how it was going to look if I stained it. So what I actually did was I took some very cheap acrylic paint. This is from a bad set. This was like 20 colors for $12 when it was a deal back in the day, probably AC Moore. And I thought, oh, what a great price. It's bad paint. It's really clumpy. It's not very viscous for painting per se, and I think I'd probably have to add a lot of water to get it to work well. I squirted this on a paper towel and I just rubbed the frame, and it really seemed to like that. So I'm happy about that. And then I put a little hanger on the back, the information that I needed. I mounted this or sewed this onto some foam board, and then I put a couple of layers so it was even on the back and flush, so I could use my framer's tape and really seal it up. I don't know where it's going to live yet, but I'm really excited about that. I should probably put it somewhere where it won't get smushed. I did some progress on the wolves. I'm very proud of myself. I'll try to put up an earlier picture that I took probably around May 26th or 27th. I can't remember the date. So that's what it used to look like. And this is my current progress on it. So I think the picture should show that I was right about here. So I've done all of this. This was absolutely, I want to say, nightmarish to do. It's 5 strands, it's a half stitch, but 5 strands through an 18 count was very tense on my hands. It was a lot of noise and very difficult to do. There's a couple of different colors in here, but I'm really so thrilled with the progress. And unfortunately, this is a straight line, but due to the tension, it's warped. So when I take it off, it's going to need a lot of reshaping. So it doesn't look like a straight line, but it is. So hopefully I'll get some more progress done on this coming week. But I think I want to say I worked on it for 5 straight days when we were up at camp. And I think that really helped with the progress. Because if you remember, I didn't stitch at all when I was on vacation. I certainly didn't bring this, it was too big. And I kind of felt behind, you know, in stitching. So I did a lot of different things to play catch up while I was up at camp. And this was great progress. I'm really excited about it. I got some happy mail. I had an order from Temu, and I am researching on the Temu website for those star dies that I had shown in a previous video. I have found, these are made in the US. For whatever reason, they're only available in Germany. I have not found them available on any US platform yet. The, I want to say it's farbertonpaper.de. I will put up the name of the website. You can go there for research only. Do not order from this website. The shipping for a flat die or 2 is going to be around $30. It's just not worth it. So let me do some more research. I know there's some of you that are very interested in getting these. I think I have found a source through Temu, but I want to see what comes in my order to see what the quality is and whether or not I want to promote that. Temu is certainly an okay website to use if you're using a third-party payee like PayPal. I don't think I would use Venmo, but I would definitely use PayPal because that seems to be, out of all the third-party payees, the most secure. That's how I purchase my stuff, and it comes pretty quickly. I would expect to get my shipment in the next week or 2, so stay tuned for that. And it's probably $2 or $3 for a die and free shipping. If your order, I think, is $20, you can get stickers and scissors and other things. I need lots of coffee today. I'm a nervous mother. I got some wonderful scissors from Temu. These were, I think, $1.87. I love them. I also got some, I'm going to call this a brushed bronze. Haven't used them yet, but what I usually do is I wipe them down because they can come a bit oily, which is fine. And then I make sure that I can cut through something with them before I put them into circulation. All right, my list is done. I also got from Temu a new scroll frame. Now this is the Easy Clip system. So this is not a split rail. This is a rod, scroll rod that has a groove in it. And what you have is you have a clip system that has an edge to it. And that edge you stick into the groove. Excuse me. You stick into the groove and lock it into place. So this is my second scroll rod. I got this on Temu, and I want to say it was $15 or $17, which is not a bad price for this. You can get the Easy Clip system from a UK website, but I find that this is the same factory that makes them. I keep the instructions in case I forget which way to put the fabric on. And I want to say this one is probably a 24, it might be a 27. The workspace is 18. And it is a 22.5 length rod. There are, no, it's just one setting. This is a 10-inch area, so 10 by 18, and that seems to be a very good size for me. So I'm excited to get something kitted up on that. My last video, I think I showed you, I have gotten some black perforated paper. So I'm able to start my Satsuma adventures again. I didn't waste any time. I dove right in. This was the one original to the kit. And then this was my duplicated one. And you're saying, is there any difference? Kinda. Turns out I had enough beads from the first kit to totally finish the bead work with this kit. The only thing I was short of were some sequins. This called for orange and black sequins. This one I had enough black sequins but not enough orange ones. So I have used a red, which you can't really tell it's red. It might be a little bit brighter, the orange. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm probably showing it upside down. This is probably the best way. Creepy crawlies. So I don't know if I should fully finish these now or if I should just start another kit. I'm anxious to get these fully finished. So I might keep them up here and just start a new area to start my next phase of this. So I want to do 2 of each, and I think I have a total of 9 or 10 of these. 11. Ooh, that's going to be a lot of work. So stay tuned for my progress on that. And I want to say I want to do Satsuma Saturdays. That might be my next thing. I want to also do Magazine Mondays because I do have a few things behind me that I want to start organizing for all these beautiful magazines that I don't have time to stitch from. Oh, that was something else that happened to me. I went to a fiber arts festival, I want to say last Sunday or last Saturday. Met up with some friends, and Fiber Arts Festival is mostly yarns and knitting and crochet people, gorgeous work. I go for sensory overload. I just love getting bombarded with all the beauty. I don't know how to knit or crochet, and I probably shouldn't learn, but there were just gorgeous things there. Absolutely over the top, beautiful stuff. And they also have other things. So there are other vendors there that sell different things, but they also have a barn full of used equipment. You'll see spinning wheels and sock making things and machines and things that I don't know anything about. But guess what I found? A scroll frame. Ooh! Split rod scroll frame. And this was $7. It's got all of its pieces. It's in great shape. I think new, these run about $22, so $7. I can kit something else up. Oh, the trouble I'm going to get into. And then having to teach a kitten that's a tool, not a toy. I mean, it's just going to be overwhelming. I found dryer balls there, the wool dryer balls, 3 for $15. They're handmade, they're gorgeous. So it was just a fun day of walking around and seeing everything. I have another finish. I feel so productive. I have another 2 finishes. Let's do the first one. I don't know if I showed you even the start of this, but this is Cotton and Twine. This is from October 2023. Now, my friend Sophia, she gets the club boxes and gifts me anything that she's not interested in stitching. I know, I'm spoiled. So this was a really cute little design. I haven't fully finished it, but I did finish stitching it. I want to say this is on a colonial blue. It's almost like a gray, but it's just adorable. There we go. It was fun. It was quick. It was relaxing to do. So I did all the called fors, and I really love how it came out. I have all the parts to make it into a banner as they show, but I don't think I've decided how I'm going to fully finish this yet. I haven't committed to that. So I think this will have to sit on the sidelines until I figure that part out. Did I sign it? I signed it. It's ready to go. I can put it in my to be dealt with pile. I don't know where to put this. You guys might remember this. I went through my bucket o' kits. And in that bucket, I pulled out a few kits that I thought wouldn't be very difficult and pretty quick to do. One of the kits is so old, I don't really recall where I got it from. It's a Permin. So this Permin is not even dated. It was this design. It comes with the little brass hangers to make it into a bell pull. The fabric that came with the kit, I didn't like, so I traded that out. Threads were great. Threads, I suspect are DMCs, but I just love how this design came out. It's so cute. And I don't know if you'd call these little partridges, but it's just precious. So I used a 28 count Monaco, and I think it's the sweetest stitch. It's so tiny. So this is an 1.5 inches by 10.5 inches long. It'll be a very tiny little bell pull. But we all have those little strips of wall space in between a door jamb or in a hallway. And I thought, what a cute little thing to stitch up and just be like, oh, look at that, when you're walking by a little spot in your house. My husband warned me that was going to happen. He got it really quickly, didn't he? He's always telling me, silence your phone when you're filming. I forget. And then he said to me this morning, he said, maybe you should silence the landline. Sorry. So those are all my finishes. I feel quite productive. I did start a tiny little red work sampler that's downstairs. I didn't bring it up because I only started it last night. Everybody fell asleep. Kitten fell asleep. We crated him last night because we need to do the introduction to our dog very slowly, and this way they can have the option of being nose to nose, and she can get used to him and he can get used to the sights and sounds of that room. So the kitten was asleep. Abby was asleep on the couch. Husband was asleep in his chair. I had just started to stitch. So I think probably next week I will show you the progress on that. I think it'll be an 8x8 or a 6x6. It's a tiny little sampler that I'm doing on a 28 count, and I decided to do it over 2 so I wouldn't go blind, and I'm using a variegated thread DMC 115 on it, so I think it'll be really rich looking. I might do that into a little pillow. We'll see how that goes. Here's the ribbon I got at the dump. Brand new. Oh. And here is the package of Ada. I have to clean my craft room. Very clean piece. And it hasn't been cut, so I'm happy with that. I don't often stitch on 14 count anymore, but it's great for ornaments, so I'm going to keep that because I know I can use it for something. It came with a very aged brochure. And I don't think it has a date. The Joy of Stitching. It's got a couple of little patterns in it. So basic, I don't think I'll use them. But I think it's a brochure to like teach somebody how to stitch. What else happened? Oh, when I went to the Fiber Arts Festival, it was also a day that they had a town-wide yard sale for the next town over for me. So I did go to that, and I got a whole bunch of little things. I got 2 shirts for 50 cents each. I got a baby bumper pillow for the dog because she likes to sleep with a pillow. So she's very happy with that. The cover came off, so I threw the cover in the laundry, put the pillow in a high heat. It was very clean anyway. And then what else did I find there? A giant Halloween spider, which matches the one that I already have. So it'll look like I have an infestation this Halloween. I'm really excited about that. It's probably like 3 feet across. It's a massive, bendable spider. What else did I find? I want to say that's it, with the exception of this. Have you guys seen these before? I've always wanted one. It's a collapsible basket. So now you have a basket. It's so clean and so pretty. Now it's the handle resting on this wood here that keeps it upright. Now I don't know if people use these for fruits or what. I have a plan for this. I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to show you hopefully next video, because I'm working on a project that's going to go in here. Not cross stitch related, but craft related. It needs a good drink. I don't think anybody has moisturized this wood, and I need to find out from my chemist, my husband, what I should feed it. There is probably a food grade or a type of wood oil that I need to coat this with to give it a good drink. But it's absolutely beautiful. It's not signed or dated, so I don't know who made it, but they did a great job. Really excited about that. So that's in the pile to go back downstairs now that I've shown you. And is that most of it? I think that is. I have plans this weekend. I'm leaving my husband alone with the babies, and I'm going to go to a Panera Stitch group on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I will go to the Crafty Grimelkin Stitch group and do some shopping at BJ's, and then I'll be home. And hopefully that's it, and I'll just do some stitching. Oh, another thing that I stopped and got before I go. I found some stamps at a Goodwill. I went to pick up, hi June, I went to pick up a sewing machine. I'm terrified of sewing machines, but a friend of mine was selling one of her machines, and it was a good machine. It's a Juki, Juki, and I'm excited about it. Terrified, but excited. So I have the machine, and on the way home from picking it up at her house, I went to Goodwill. There wasn't much there, but I found some great little stamps, very simple designs. These will look really cute with a watercolor effect that I can do either with a watercolor pencil or a marker. And then I have another set. This is called Happy Winter. This is a Stampin' Up set as well. I wonder if I should pause this. I think I have a set of cards finished with this to show you. Hold on. Well, I just went tearing through my drawers looking for the cards that I made with that set. I can't put my finger on them right now, so some other time. Also at the Goodwill, I found a box of 36 greeting cards, and I thought, what does that mean? So I opened it up, and they're really cute little Easter cards. So you can decorate the front of these. I can do some stamped images and either cut them out and mount them dimensionally. But what I'm going to do is redesign or upcycle them with some more accoutrement on top. I'll have more Easter cards. It's a card set and envelope set, and I paid $2 for it, so that's a great deal with the price of greeting cards these days and the price of stamps. I'm really trying to keep, with the price of postage stamps, I'm really trying to keep the cost down of things. I also found a scrub pad. Those of you who stamp might know what that is. I've always wanted one of these. I've always had the either just the pad or the copied one, not the original. So this is for cleaning your stamps. One side you get wet, one side you wipe it dry with. If you want to buy one, you can go on the website for Stampin' Up, and I think by the time you pay shipping and tax, it's $30. Nope. This one was $4, and I'm very happy with it. You can rinse this and wash it out and let it dry. I don't think it's dirty enough for me to be concerned about that, so I'm just going to use it as is. I spray my stamps with if it's a permanent ink, something called Stays On, which is a cleaner and conditioner in one, but you want to make sure when you do that and you scrub off the ink that you run it through a quick rinse, not a soak, quick rinse. And it just keeps my stamps healthier that way. So that's the end goal for that. Anything else? I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna rush off because I have to go make sure that everybody is fed for lunch. And I wanna say that Stuart has been here less than 24 hours and already he's eating, drinking, and doing his business in the right places. So that's a good sign, very good sign. And we've already made his appointment for his first or next vaccine. So that's a nervous mother thing as well. He's so tiny. Maybe I will show him to you next week when he settles in a little bit and gets more used to being around all the craziness in our house. But until next time, you guys, happy crafting. Thanks for watching. Email me anytime or drop a comment. I love hearing from you. Stay safe. Have a great rest of your week. Bye. Stuart. Hi. What you doing? Hello.
Very pretty. Yeah, tails.
Good boy.
Good.
Good boy.